Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your game by subscribing to our channel so you never miss our daily content. For exclusive access to our premium betting picks, join our Patreon. Find the link in the comments section below. Stay ahead with High Stakes. Chicago Cubs versus Miami Marlins. These two met way back in April, splitting a 4-game series in Chicago, back before all hope was lost on both sides. Hendricks did start one of those matchups, a 6-3 loss for the Cubs in which he allowed 4 runs in 4 innings. The right-hander was in a dreaded slump at that stage of the season but has been much better since, allowing 3 runs or less in 13 of his last 15 outings. He will also be facing a vastly different lineup this time around. Hendricks has also picked up a win in his last 2 road starts as well. Meyer, on the other hand, has been driving the struggle bus in August, allowing at least 4 earned runs in each of his 4 starts. Meyer has a 5.48 ERA in 4 starts at home this year, and while the Cubs' offense hasn't put up massive numbers this season, they are capable of knocking around a willing participant. The Marlins starter has been very willing of late. Take the Cubs. As with the results in their April series, these two also split against the total in their 4 games, averaging 8.3 combined runs per game. This particular matchup features a pair of starting pitchers who, at times at least, have been prone to giving up big runs. And while Miami may be one of the lowest scoring teams in the league this season, they've averaged 4.17 runs per game at home, which is far better than the 3.25 they average on the road. Chicago exploded for 10 runs on Thursday. Chicago's offense averages more runs on the road, 4.29 per game, than at home, 4.02, this season. Between the two teams, there have been 126 games that have hit the over. Take the over 8.5 runs. Texas Rangers versus Cleveland Guardians. The Texas Rangers currently occupy 3rd place in the American League West Division with a 59-69 record. This season, the Rangers have averaged 4.19 runs and 8.01 hits per game, boasting a team batting average of .238 and an on-base percentage of .306. However, they have struggled defensively, with a -37 run differential and opponents averaging 4.48 runs and 7.98 hits per game against them. Additionally, opposing teams have a batting average of .239 and an on-base percentage of .314 when facing the Rangers, highlighting the challenges the team has faced in limiting their opponent's offense. The Texas Rangers have struggled against the run line this season, holding a record of 56-72. On the road, the team has a 28-35 record against the run line, and after a win, they have a record of 26-32 against the run line. The Rangers have recently experienced a downturn in their performance against the run line, failing to cover in their last 3 games, and in 5 of their last 6 contests overall, underscoring their difficulties in meeting expectations in terms of run line performance. The Cleveland Guardians are currently in 1st place in the American League Central Division, boasting a 73-54 record. This season, the Guardians have consistently produced on offense, averaging 4.55 runs and 7.86 hits per game, with a team batting average of .238 and an on-base percentage of .308. They have also excelled defensively, holding a +75 run differential, while limiting opponents to an average of 3.95 runs and 7.67 hits per game. Furthermore, opposing teams have struggled against the Guardians, posting a batting average of .233 and an on-base percentage of .304, underscoring the team's solid overall performance. The Cleveland Guardians have a record against the run line this season of 63-64, with a home record of 27-31 against the run line. The team has also struggled to bounce back after a loss, holding a 26-27 record against the run line in games following a defeat. Recently, the Guardians have experienced a slump against the run line, failing to cover in their last 2 games and covering in only 7 of their last 18 contests, highlighting their struggles to meet expectations in terms of run line performance. However, I like the Guardians to cover the run line in this big-time MLB battle. Take Cleveland Guardians -1.5 runs. The Texas Rangers have seen 67 of their 128 games end under the total point projection this season, but when playing on the road, 35 of 63 games have gone over the posted total. Recently, however, the Rangers have trended towards unders, with their last 3 games and 6 of their last 7 contests ending under the posted total. In contrast, the Cleveland Guardians have seen 61 of their 127 games end over the posted total, with 33 of 58 home games also going over. However, the Guardians' last game bucked this trend, ending under the posted total, and 5 of their last 8 games have also ended under, suggesting a potential shift towards lower scoring games. Go under 7.5 runs. Washington Nationals versus Atlanta Braves. There is a massive difference between how these pitchers have been performing throughout the previous 7 starts, as Mackenzie Gore is 1-4 with a 7.11 ERA and a 2.02 WHIP in 31.2 innings, while Chris Sale is 3-0 with a 2.41 ERA and a 13 hours 60 minutes walk-to-strikeout ratio in 41.0 innings during that span. These offenses have been showing a significant gap, as well as the Nationals are averaging 4.15 runs in their last 13 games, while the Braves are scoring 5.21 runs in their previous 14 games played. Go with the Atlanta Braves to secure a win in this opening game of the series here. These teams have been hitting at a great level throughout August, as the Braves are 7th in the majors with a .779 team OPS while scoring 4.5 runs in their 20 games in the calendar month, while the Nationals are 12th in Major League Baseball with a .740 team OPS while averaging 4.37 runs during their 19 games up to this point in August. These bullpens are also pitching well enough to limit the amount of runs, as the Washington Nationals are 19th in the sport with a 4.10 reliever ERA, while the Atlanta Braves are up in second place in the majors with a 3.27 bullpen ERA. All in all, go with the over in this game as the better bet. St. Louis Cardinals versus Minnesota Twins. The Twins are well positioned to win the first game of this series at home over the Cardinals. The Twins have been killing it at home all season long, sporting one of the best home records in the league, while the Cardinals have struggled a bit away from St. Louis with a road record of just 29-34. The Twins lineup has been able to score runs all season long, ranking 6th in baseball, while the Cardinals struggled to push runners across the plate, ranking bottom 10 in the league in runs. On the pitching side, both teams are sending out youngsters to the mound. Andre Pallant of the Cardinals has been solid on the season and will likely do enough to keep this one close, but David Festa has been dominant over his last few starts as he gets used to the big leagues and should be able to win this game for the Twins. On Friday night, I am taking the under of 8.5 in this matchup of the Twins and Cardinals. The Cardinals have struggled to score runs all season long, sitting in the bottom 10 of baseball, and have not been any better at the plate recently during their current skid, having lost 7 of 10. The Twins lineup is strong overall, but they have only scored more than 5 runs once in their last 9 games. Andre Pallant for the Cardinals has been good on the season and has been extremely effective on the road, holding opponents to an ERA in the low 3s. David Festa for Minnesota has seemed to figure things out at the big league level and has dominated of late with an August ERA of just 2.03. My total pick is under 8.5 runs.